Welcome back, guys. In this video, we're going to go over one of the most crucial things you need to know as an agency owner, which is copywriting. So first of all, what is copywriting? Copywriting consists of written words people use to try to get people to take an action. Copywriters are trying to get people to feel, think, or respond to what they write. So examples of copywriting are typically used in advertisements for people to click on an ad and buy their product. Another is used in emails to invoke emotion in the person to perform an action like visit a website or book a call. So different examples of copywriting that you've basically seen is on websites, it's on emails that they try to sell you something. Basically, a copywriter went in there and wrote some words that are more salesy and that invoke emotion, right? When you read it, it evokes some type of emotion for you to buy the product. That's kind of what copywriting is. It's just a way that you use words and manipulate words to invoke emotion in someone to take an action. So here are the basics of copywriting. So number one, whenever you write something to someone, you want to write it as a conversation. So people prefer conversations rather than lectures, right? Lectures talk down to them, while conversations speak with them on the same level. So to do this, to write as a conversation, all you want to do is write like you're talking to one person. So if you're writing an email to someone, but you're really sending the email out to a bunch of people, you just want to make the email sound like it's going to that one person, not to a bunch of people. Okay. Number two is just keep it simple. Don't write long paragraphs. Write short sentences that are easy to read. Nobody likes to read a long paragraph that's 4 to 5 sentences. Make it 2 sentences or 1 sentences, then just keep moving on to the next line, next line, next line. Okay. That's how you keep it simple and very easy to read. Number 3, know the difference between features and benefits. So when you're trying to say why someone should work with you, or when you're trying to sell a product, you don't want to really say the features. The feature is what the product or service does. So for example, if we say the feature of a pen, oh, you can write with this pen, right? That's a feature of it. A benefit is how the product or service improves the customer's life. So the benefit of a pen could be, oh, you can write your poems, or you can write the first drafts in your book. You could write the first drafts of your best-selling novel in a couple of years or something like that. You're really trying to get down to the emotion. You want to talk about the benefits of something, not the features of it. Okay. And then number 4, we want to make the emails personalized. So basically, when you're writing an email to someone, you don't want to send the same copy paste email to every single person. You want to make it a little bit personalized. So typically we do what's called a personalized first line. So what you would do is you have a greeting. So it'd be like, hi, Jeff. And then you would write something specific to them, so they know that you did some research about them. And this isn't just a copy and paste blast email that's going out to a bunch of people. So always make it personalized. And then number 5, always have a clear call to action at the end that tells the prospect what to do. So after the person has read something of yours, you then want to basically tell them what to do next. This is the action you're trying to get them to take. So the CTA can simply be, buy this product now, book a call here, download this ebook, sign up using this link, just having something that's very clear. And now this is an example of good copywriting. This is an email that I've used out in the past, and you're going to see here that I kind of hit all the 5 points here. So first of all, I do, hey, John, and this is where I make it personalized. This is what's called our personalized first line here. Discovered your podcast on the way to work, and I loved your recent episode where you talked about common parenting issues. Very informative. And then I just go into my benefit, basically my features. My name's Chris, and I just helped Don't Trip We Got You, a podcast similar to yours, increase its social media following by 77,000 1 month by creating short 50-second podcast clips that are easily shared on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Your niche has a large audience on these platforms. I already have an idea of how we can get you similar results, right? That's kind of the benefit. The benefit here is I know how to get you similar results, which is millions of followers, which for anyone that's in podcasting would be interested in. And then simply my CTA at the end would be, would you be open to a quick call this week or next? So let's go back to the basics here, right? Right as a conversation. I did that here by making it sound like it's only going to one person. It's only going to John, right? I talked specifically about his podcast, and we use your lot. And when you're using your, it's typically for conversation. And then, as you can see here, we keep it simple. None of these are long paragraphs. They're all 2 sentences or shorter, right? Very easy to read, very easy on the eyes. We talked about number 3, know the difference between features and benefits. We didn't talk about the features of our podcast. We talked about the benefits from using our service in our clips, which is they increase their following and we get them similar results. And then number 4, make it personalized. Again, we did that with the first line here. This line is only, like if this went to anyone else, this line wouldn't work. This one's only for John, so we make it personalized. And number 5, we had a clear call to action at the end, which is simply, would you be open to a call this week or next? Right? Simple. They can respond to that. So that's example of good copywriting. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through the 2 best copywriting formulas that you can follow to make sure anything you write is, is informative. It's going to draw on their emotional aspects. And it's just, 2 of the best formulas out there that have been used across studies to make people respond to something, take action. So the first is called PAS, which is PAS, and stands for problem, agitate, and solution. So this is simple. This is how you want to lay it out. This is how you want to lay it out. Firstly, you just want to discuss the problem that they have. You want to go after their pain point here, right? So lay out the problem that your prospect is facing, focus on their pain point. Number 2, now that you identify the pain point, you want to make it more personalized. Sorry, not personalized. You want to make it more painful by making it emotional. So what you want to do is you want to focus on emotional things people care about, like losing money or losing time, since they're doing a repetitive task, right? They're losing time because, they're doing this one task over and over when it could be automated. And then finally, what you want to do is focus on a solution. So this is where you reveal your solution and how it's going to solve their pain point, right? So let's write over again. You're first going to talk about their problem, right? You're going to focus on their main pain point, and then you're going to poke them a little bit. You're going to agitate them and be like, doesn't this suck? Don't you hate that this is a thing, right? Basically getting them mad. And then you're just going to provide your solution and how you solve this pain point. And now this really draws on someone's emotional, right? Their emotional side, where they're most likely to respond to you and book a call with you. So here's a good example right here. So this is an example that you can use for lead generation. So for example, the problem is, now here we're targeting to, let's say, CEOs of a company, right? A problem here is, are your salespeople spending more time trying to find qualified decision makers than being on the phone with them? So that's the thing with a lot of CEOs. They always have a sales team, and typically their sales team tries to find leads, but what they should really be doing is going on the phone with these leads to close them and to get more money for their company, right? But sometimes they spend just so much time just trying to find them that they're not even on the phone with them most of the time. So that's a problem a lot of CEOs have with sales teams. And then we just agitate them a little bit more by saying, as a CEO, investing so much money in a sales team with nothing being added to the pipeline to show for him must be frustrating, right? We're agitating him a little bit. We're being like, you're investing so much money and there's no return. Like, I understand that. Like, it can be upsetting. And then simply, we just provide us as a solution. Our solution is save time, money, and effort by allowing us to qualify leads and schedule appointments so we can add $5.7 million to your pipeline, just like we did for Odeso. Now, this is basically an email that I actually sent for her lead generation and for my lead generation agency. This is an email that I actually have sent before, right? It's very good. It gets a lot of responses because it really draws on their emotional side of it. Okay. So this is a great formula for you to do. The PAS, which is problem, agitate, solution. And now we're going to go to the next formula, which is called the 1-sentence case study. So the 1-sentence case study is one of the easiest copyright methods. You simply write 1 sentence about results you achieved for a similar client and how you do the same for them. So this is the typical format of this message. You would do a greetings, then a personalized first line, then write a 1-sentence case study, and then provide a solution to the problem. You're the solution, and then just do a CTA. This is an example of that. So greetings, hi John. The next line is a personalized first line. Your work is great. Love how people can save when buying natural products through your app. Hope the company grows exponentially. Again, this is for lead generation, this whole thing. And then we do this is where the one sentence case study is. My name's Chris, and I just helped Odeso, a software similar to yours, add $5.7 million to their pipeline by booking 42 calls with qualified leads for them in 3 months. Okay. That's my one sentence case study. There's the result. I start off with the result and then how I did it. So the result is I had $5.7 million to the pipeline, and how I did it? Well, I booked them 42 calls with qualified leads in 3 months. Now, it's usually important to also put a timeline because it also just shows the urgency for, let's say, because, right, if I did 42 calls in a year, that's not really that impressive, but within 3 months, that's pretty impressive. And then lastly, we just provide us as the solution right here. So let us qualify and schedule appointments for you so your salespeople can spend more time with qualified decision makers and less time trying to find them. And then simply at the end, we just have the CTA, which is, would you be open to a quick chat this week or next? Okay. So this is another very easy formula just to follow. Again, you're just doing a greeting, personalized first line. You're doing a one sentence case study where you're basically just putting the results that you got for a client. And then you're just putting how you got them. Then you're just writing one sentence about how you're the solution they need. And then finally, you're just putting in a simple and easy CTA. Right? And these two formulas I found to be some of the best that get me the most response rate and the most book calls. So definitely recommend following these two formulas. But yeah, guys, the one thing you have to know is copywriting is one of the most essential skills you need to learn. It is a skill that, for example, copywriters make $100,000 per year or more because writing good copy is just so important because it can make you so much money. It can make different businesses so much money. So it truly is one of the most essential skills you really should learn. So I hope you watch this video thoroughly, and I would even recommend watching this video twice just to make sure you fully understand everything. Okay? So that is what copywriting is. That is how you can do copywriting and how you can put this into your own emails and the formulas. Next, we're going to learn about email marketing. So that'll be in the next video. I'll see you then.